Hey founders, welcome to today's explainer on how to completely reclaim your time, ditch all that administrative burden, and literally multiply your go-to-market output without having to hire a single person. If you're a pre-seed or Series A founder right now, and you're wearing every single hat in your business, this was built exactly for you. We're going to look at exactly why founder-led sales so often stalls out and how a totally new autonomous approach from Kinetic Tricks can fundamentally change your company's trajectory.
So let's dive right into this massive dilemma that pretty much every early-stage founder faces. You know the drill, you're grinding out 80 hours a week and your revenue growth is completely capped by the sheer limits of your own schedule. It's frustrating, right? So the big question is, do you just keep carrying the burden of outreach, content, and pipeline management all by yourself? Or do you take the massive, expensive risk of making your very first sales hire?
Right now, you are probably caught right between two incredibly painful options. On one side, you've got what we call the tool stack tax. You're wrestling with 5 to 10 different point tools. Apollo for prospecting, Lavender for emails, your CRM, scheduling apps, and it's all just barely held together by Zapier and your own sheer willpower. It's costing you over $13,000 a year and eating up 5 to 10 hours of your week just in admin time alone. Then, on the other side, there's the hiring trap. Gambling your precious runway on new headcount, dealing with brutal ramp times, and suddenly accidentally becoming a full-time manager when you really should be acting as the CEO.
Here is our roadmap for today's explainer. We'll start with the GTM trap, look at the real cost of hiring, introduce KForce and its 2 AI agents, break down the leverage math, and then show you exactly how to reclaim your time.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, the GTM trap.
Let's dissect the default solution most founders mistakenly reach for when they start feeling overwhelmed, which is the CRM workspace. Don't get me wrong, tools like HubSpot or Aria are genuinely fantastic products, but here's the reality. They are simply workspaces. They sit completely idle until you log in and actually do the work for them. They're essentially just really beautiful filing cabinets. Sure, they might have some shiny bolt-on AI features to help you tweak an email, but those features only assist you. They don't initiate the work. The bottleneck is still, well, you. If you don't have the time to sit down and drive the system produces absolutely nothing.
Moving on to Section 2, the real cost of hiring.
Okay, so if adding another idle workspace to your tool stack isn't the answer, the natural pivot is to hire someone to take the load off, right? It feels like the grown-up CEO thing to do. But brace yourself for this staggering number. $325,000, that is the conservative, fully loaded annual cost to hire the 4 distinct GTM roles you are currently doing all by yourself. Think about it. To get the output you actually need to scale, you aren't just looking for one junior SDR. You're effectively doing the job of an SDR, a sales ops manager, a social media manager, and a marketing consultant. When you add up those loaded salaries, you are acting as a $300,000 plus revenue team.
And here's where it really hurts, the brutal reality of ramp time. Let's just say you do bite the bullet and hire that SDR. Well, the industry benchmark for a new rep to actually hit their quota is 3 to 6 months. You are paying full salaries for months and months while getting zero pipeline in return. Worse still, the average tenure for that role is only 18 months, meaning almost half their time with you is spent either ramping up or packing up to leave. Now compare that to an autonomous system. It deploys in days and delivers highly targeted drafted outreach by day 2.
Which brings us nicely to Section 3. Enter KForce and autonomous output.
Let's completely reframe this build versus buy decision. KForce is an autonomous solution built by a founder specifically for founders. Sean has created this system because he was running go-to-market for his own company Rapix, and he hit the exact same wall we've been talking about. This quote really hits the nail on the head. He didn't want another CRM to manage, he just wanted the actual work handled. And the best part? KForce is actively dog-fooded every single day to run his own sales motion, which proves that this system actually works in the messy trenches of real B2B sales.
Let's look under the hood in Section 4, the AI agents, Sage and Aria.
You see, KForce isn't just another point tool or an empty CRM. It's a unified platform built around 2 incredible autonomous agents that initiate work entirely on their own, completely flipping that traditional workspace model upside out. First up is Sage, your sales automation and guidance engine. Think of Sage as your dedicated pipeline owner. Sage handles all the heavy lifting of sales operations and inside sales before you even pour your first cup of coffee. It's not sitting around waiting for you to tell it what to do, it is proactively managing your deals.
Let's look at how this builds into real, tangible daily value for you. Sage works continuously while you sleep. It runs nightly research on your key contacts via live web searches. It reads your inboxes and automatically updates your embedded Espo CRM. It even processes your Fathom meeting recaps and turns them directly into drafted follow-ups. But my favorite part? You get a daily morning briefing. You wake up, review the deeply personalized outreach that Sage has already drafted for you, you click approve, and your day is instantly productive.
Next up, we have Aria, your awareness and revenue intelligence automation agent. So while Sage is out there helping you close deals, Aria serves as your awareness owner. The single biggest problem founders face is the roller coaster effect. When you get busy selling, your marketing totally stops. Aria's job is to ensure your top-of-funnel pipeline absolutely never stalls out. By stepping in as your full marketing department, Aria enforces something you desperately need: consistency. Aria actually looks at your CRM pipeline, identifies the content gaps, and proposes complete monthly marketing campaigns. It drafts your blog posts, it writes your LinkedIn content, it even schedules your posts via Zernio, strictly adhering to algorithmic best practices like first comment URL discipline. You never have to stare at a blank page or a blinking cursor ever again. Aria does all the creation, all you have to do is provide the executive approval.
Okay, let's look at the actual business numbers in Section 5, the leverage math. Let's really validate this and break down the sheer financial leverage of this 4-role replacement math. To hire a human inside sales rep, a sales ops manager, a social media manager, and a marketing consultant, you are easily spending $325,000 a year in loaded costs. And guys, that doesn't even factor in your lost time spent recruiting, training, and managing them. With KForce, Sage, and Aria, delivered the equivalent output of that entire team for roughly $35,000 a year, plus minimal AI hosting costs. You're achieving the output of a massive GTM team for about 1/10 of the cost, completely avoiding the management nightmare.
And finally, Section 6. Reclaim your time.
As a founder, your time is literally your most valuable asset. Every single hour you spend doing manual data entry or staring blankly at a LinkedIn post trying to be clever is an hour you aren't spending on your product vision, closing high-level deals, or steering your company. So if you are ready to finally ditch that tool stack tax and avoid the existential risk of the hiring trap, it is time to step firmly back into the CEO seat. Reach out to Kinetic Tricks today. You can email them directly at sales@kinetic-tricks.ai or check out their website at kinetic-tricks.ai. They offer a great professional overview to show you exactly how KForce can adapt specifically to your unique sales motion and dramatically extend your runway.
I want to leave you with this final, critical thought to chew on today. When you look at your growth targets for the next 18 months, how exactly are you going to get there? Will your next move be a $325,000 management headache that completely drains your runway, or will it be a $35,000 autonomous force multiplier that's doing the work while you sleep? I think the choice is pretty clear. Scale your output, not your headcount. Thanks so much for joining us on this explainer, and we will catch you on the next one.